What's the deal, Pickles, and welcome back. Alright, so I finally got me some free time and I'm back out here on the CrossKart. What I need to focus on today is the exhaust. So this is the stock header that came off the bike. Originally it would come out and go straight down and go under the bike, but because of two things, clearance issues, and I really didn't want to route the exhaust under this anyway because I get the feeling that this cart is going to take a beating off-road. The last thing I want to do is destroy an exhaust and be 5 miles deep in the woods. I'm going to route the exhaust coming out, and it's going to swing towards this side of the block, go outside the frame, and then go up. And there's a couple reasons for that. I don't want it being so low that it could get damaged on the trail, and I don't want it blowing directly out the back. Because if you've ever been to Busco or at any type of ride and you get stuck behind somebody with an exhaust like that, it is blowing directly in your face when you're on a mini bike or a dirt bike. So I'm going to try to avoid that, to not only make it sound good, but to make it more convenient and safer for everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and salvage as much of this as I can. I'm going to try and salvage the collector as well. Probably cut it around here and reuse as much of them as possible coming out the side and then going up. I've got some extra pieces of exhaust as well as a flaring tool. I'm going to see how well this works. This came from Harbor Freight, so it is not fancy by any means. We don't do fancy here. First things first, let's get this exhaust cut and get after it. Y'all know what time it is. Could have been better. Yeah, I run into a couple of problems. Problem number one. Obviously these aren't cut to length, but the brackets that go on here, I've got the brackets, but I don't have the hardware. So that's good for it. And problem number two, I got this pipe expander, right? It's the wrong size. So this is a medium one. It says it would do 1.5 to 2.5 inch piping. This is just a hair smaller than 1.5. I guess I measured it wrong. So I have ordered one that will work with this. Thank you, Amazon. But I just ordered it like 10 minutes ago, so it's not doing me any good right now. So I am going to source out some hardware and wait for this pipe expander to come in. Should be in a couple of days, and then we'll get back on it. Woo! Thank God for Amazon Prime. Here is the pipe expander that I needed. Here's the one that I had for comparison. Alright, let's see if this thing's worth the 20 bucks I paid for it on Amazon. I think I just broke it. Really? Yeah, I think I just stripped this thing out. Wow, man. I didn't even put that much on it. It took me longer to take this out of the box than it did to break it. So you want a review of this thing? Here's your review. Well, dang, look who showed up. We're figuring out how we're gonna put this together, and I got some exhaust couplers, and we're just gonna slide these together, get it all mocked up, tack these in, and weld it, because I'm tired of fooling with it, and I think you are too. Okay, this is what we got figured out so far. It don't look like much right now, but I promise we're going somewhere with it. Yeah, we're going to take this little thingamajig here and do a little magic and make it work. So this is about what we're going for as far as, and then the muffler's going to sit up here towards the rear. We're going to pull up the muffler right here. Okay. From here to about right here is the back of the seat. So we got to get that header away from the back of the seat. So we're going to shorten this pipe up. What we came up with is just cut about a 2-inch section out of this. This will bring the elbow back, line it up pretty much in line with this other one, but this coupling's too long. So what we're actually going to do is just cut half of that coupling out so you've just got one side of it, and we'll cut that section out of the pipe, put them together, and slide the coupling over it, weld them together, and see if it works. If it doesn't, we tried. Okay, we had some brainstorming off camera, and this is what we came up with. Some brainstorming? Yeah, some. There's a lot of editing going on. It's like so, this 3 hours of stuff, right? Yeah.
There's a whole lot of sitting there looking at it.
All right, so I pulled the exhaust off the cart, and now I am going to prep all these joints, fully weld them in. That way this will be nice and solid. We ain't got to worry about it coming apart or leaking or anything like that. So here we go. Even when I get done, if the welds don't look good, as long as they hold and they seal it up, there's no pinholes, I'm going to paint over it and then wrap it anyway, so you won't see it. I'm good with it. Why are you misbehaving? Stop it. Stop it. No. Bad. I'm gonna make sure all these are good, there's no pinholes or anything, then I'll get it cleaned up and I'll paint it. Alright, now that I've got the exhaust all welded up, I'm not gonna put it back on the motor just yet because there's a couple other things that we need to do. Still gotta figure out the wiring, the carbs, all that. I'm not good at wiring. I don't like doing it, and I always tend to screw things up. So I'm gonna wait for John to concentrate on something else. I know we kind of jump all over the place, but I like to try and keep you guys updated on this. So here we go. We need a seat for this. We have a Geo Tracker seat for it that fits, but I'll be totally honest with you, I don't like the way it looks, and there's not a lot of ways to mount it to this frame, and I think you guys are really gonna like this one. This is a Can-Am Maverick X3 seat. It actually came with a Dragonfire harness, which is awesome, so I don't have to buy a harness. The only problem with this seat is it doesn't fit. You know what that means? I got to do some cutting. I know I'm probably going to catch hell for this, but might have sent her a little too hard there, bud. I bet she'll fit now.
Oh, yeah.
If it don't fit, force it. If it breaks, you needed a new one anyway. What we ended up figuring out is the roller setup on the bottom of this seat was just not going to work in here. It made the seat too tall. So what we're actually doing is taking this 2" by 1/4" plate. We're going to set those in here, tack them in, and then we're going to use the bolt holes from the existing mounts for the rollers. Set it down, get the seat centered up, drill straight through the seat using these as a template. We'll drill holes in here, then we can mount the bolts and seat's mounted.
Yeah, and the seat will be almost 2 inches lower
than
it was.
That too.
All the pipes that we've had to cut on this thing have all had tension on them like that.
Alright, so we got the seat installed. Through this plate, there's bolts that run up into the bottom of the seat. But the seat is nice and solid.
Your legs are bent just a little bit. You got enough room.
I think it works out pretty good. Having to cut these sidebars out, we don't have any more side protection on it. But we're going to kind of tackle two problems at the same time. One, the side protection, and then two, the way these rear arms hang out. We're really worried about, you know, flying through a trail or drifting around a corner or whatever and catching a tree or something right here and snatching that arm off. So what we're now going to work on, Nerf bars.
Put it underneath it. There you go.
Man, just look at it. Nerf bars made and installed. There's going to be a lot more to it than that. This is just the base frame for it. We just wanted to make sure everything was going to work like it was supposed to. John, what do you think, man?
Looks pretty good. It'll definitely deflect something.
I mean, for just guessing, I think we did all right. I mean, we cut the angles as close as we could. I mean, it came out pretty good. But
turned out pretty good.
Oh yeah, came out pretty good. Still got to wrap it, and I'm waiting on some exhaust gaskets. So once they come in, we'll get them installed. That way, then we can start working on this stuff right here. This is going to be fun. I'm not looking forward to that.
No.
Okay.
I'm not a wiring harness guy.
I'm not either. I'm dirty.
Yeah. So.
Simba. Okay, so we got the seat in, we got the Nerf bars in, and we got the exhaust done. We're getting closer and closer every time, man. I'm getting really stoked about this. I'm getting real excited because this thing is probably the most in-depth project we've ever done. It takes up a lot of real estate, so it's definitely the biggest project we've ever done. But if you haven't already, you can like and subscribe. Make sure you use the links in the description to pick up a t-shirt from MiniBike Apparel or a Rattle Can Customs t-shirt. Looks like this one here. And until next time, y'all get up, get out there, get after it.